Hello and welcome back to part 2 of this discussion series. Charles Darwin's claims. We were exploring Charles Darwin's claim. Here's a nice picture of Charles Darwin, 1889 to 1882. See? Okay, Charles Darwin is regarded as the father of modern biology. Yes, modern biology. The biology we use in hospitals, medicines and everything to treat ourselves and study about ourselves. He is regarded as the father of modern biology, and also his theory of evolution is regarded as one of the best theories of science like ever. That theory even includes like electromagnetism, finding of penicillin, bacteria, atoms, you name everything. So as we can see, is history is doesn't science doesn't take theory of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution so lightly. So anyways, so we were discussing first claim he made was life was millions of years old. Now regarding that, how can life be millions of years old? According to Christian mythology, I mean, it wasn't mythology, it was the mainstream religion at that time. They had a book of Genesis which said that life started, God created earth, sun, moon and everything in before 6,000 years before the time the book was written, I guess something like that. 6,000 years, not millions of years. And according to Hindu mythology, which is I think the oldest surviving religion today, we actually date our books, very old books, to probably 20,000 years ago. That is the time the oldest book and stories are written, 20,000 years. So as you can see from these conclusions, that life could never be billions of years old. Now today we have equipment to test out some of the things that science are testing, and the dates that science are giving us today are as follows. Science have discovered that age of Earth is 4.54 billion years old, and we all know 1 billion is 1,000 million years. So 4.54 billion years old is the age of Earth. And to see the age of oldest life forms the scientists have found, we can switch back to our Wikipedia page. I've opened here, and here's the basic timeline. It says the simple celled animals were found to have been dated back to 3.6 billion years old, and complex cells, which cell divides, not single celled, multi-celled animal, started to be found, which dated back to 2 billion years old, and so on. And see plant life, insect. I'm sure you can pause the video and watch it very carefully. Let me not waste your time. And the first modern human appeared only 200,000 years ago, and we have dinosaur bones which are 65 million years ago to this time period. Let's move on to our tutorial. Full screen. Where were we? Here. So we now clearly know that life has been on Earth not millions years ago as Darwin had thought, but actually billions years ago. So Darwin was basically more than right on his first claim, unlike our religion counterparts, which claim that life has only been around for 20 to 30,000 years ago. So now I know what you are. If you believe in religion theory, you must be asking, how can scientists tell these dates? Because if I gave you a bone, you can guess, oh, this bone is like 10 years old, not even 10 years, you can say it's 2 years old. But how can you date it to millions of dinosaur bones to millions years of old? Now let me show you that. Okay, some of the common dating method that scientists use are radiometric dating, relative dating, carbon dating, and potassium argon dating. These all dating methods depend on how old the fossil you want to date. So the thing is, these are very complicated scientific theory, but we all know scientists doesn't do bullshit. For example, if you take a photo from your mobile phone and send it instantly to other part of the world, you know the scientists don't bullshit. Before religion used to say that they used using spells and stuff. Those were bullshits. Doesn't explain how that works. Were fairy tales, but scientist doesn't lie to you. So if you really don't believe these methods, you can just Google search any of the things we are discussing in this video and can find out. But for example, let me explain very quickly what carbon dating is. What scientists say, the atom of carbon is inside every living thing, and carbon usually in a stable form has 6 protons and 6 neutrons, but carbon which is in our atmosphere, maybe ozone layer or something like that, it has 12 atoms. So it's radioactive carbon. It's carbon 12 they call it. So every time we breathe air, we inhale carbon 12 in our body. So our body has carbon 6 stable and some portion of carbon 12. After we die, we stop breathing air, so carbon 12 doesn't come in our body. The balance of carbon 12 which is in our body slowly decays out of the body, and scientists have calculated it takes 30,000 years for carbon 12 to be half of what it was before. If the person dies, it has, for example, 100 carbon 6 in his body and 100 carbon 12 in his body. Then after 30,000 years, he will have 100 carbon 6 still, but 50 carbon 12. So by that calculation, they will know it's 30,000 years this animal or whatever dinosaur has been passed. Now you can go ahead and read all about these. Scientific theories are fairly complicated to understand, but there is nothing in this world we can't understand. So on the first claim that life was millions of years old, Darwin was more than right. Life is not millions of years old. Life is actually billions of years old, unlike what was told to us by our religious experts. So on the second claim, which Darwin said that life started simple and evolved into complicated organism, even human, let's see if Darwin was right on that on our next video. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and we will continue on our next video discussion. Thank you.